COVID-19 is still top of mind for a lot of Canadians as we hear about the Delta variant, but also borders on the verge of reopening. For more on this, let's bring in Nick Nanos from Nanos Research. He joins me from Ottawa today. Nick, great to see you.
Great to see you too, Lois.
So, Nick, what can you tell us about how worried Canadians are still when it comes to COVID-19?
Well, there's still a significant proportion of Canadians that are worried about coronavirus and cite it as their top national issue of concern at 26. But check out the trend line, Lois. You know, the thing is it's been a downward trajectory. Fewer and fewer Canadians are worried about it. It's at basically a 10-month low. And what we can see is things like jobs at 14% starting to rise up, and even the environment at 11. So people are less worried. It's still the number one concern, but it looks like a positive trajectory. It's not positive because it's not going up. It's positive because it's going down. But less worry, at least right now, about the coronavirus.
Yeah, a bit more confidence now, I guess. Now let's talk a little bit more about COVID, starting with vaccines, of course. You know, that may be attributing to the trend lines you're seeing. You tell me. You've asked people, though, that they've been open to getting, whether or not they've been open to getting a booster, COVID booster shot. So that's another shot later on after one has been fully vaccinated. What did you find?
Well, in our survey that we did for CTV News, what we wanted to unpack was the next phase, which is, you know what, we're doing a very good job as a country in terms of vaccinations. We're leading the pack or near the top of the pack globally. And what we wanted to do for CTV News was unpack openness to getting a booster to protect against future variants. And the interesting news is that a significant proportion of Canadians are quite open. 67% say that they're open, another 17% say that they're somewhat open to getting booster shots. That's 84%, Lois, so that's quite high, while only a minority of Canadians, about 12%, are not hot on getting boosters for the coronavirus.
Now, those are interesting numbers because, you know, there have been a lot of factors at play when it comes to actually getting your shot. In some provinces, there's been a lot of frustration at not being able to get one, even though people really do want to get their vaccine. Do you think that that also factored in here as to whether or not people wanted to sign up for the third shot because of, I guess, a lot of the hardships maybe they've endured along the way in trying to get their full vaccine status?
Yeah, I think that's actually a key point. And the other thing is, people are now starting to wrap their heads around what will my life look like in the future. And I think what the polling suggests is that there's a significant proportion of Canadians that see a regular booster to fight not just the flu and not just all those other things that we regularly take in terms of vaccinations, but potentially to fight future variants. So the good news is that there's openness, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be easy. And it doesn't mean that it won't be a bumpy ride as we now start to think about boosters in the future in order to keep everyone safe from a public health perspective.
Right. And Nick, just quickly here, only about 30 seconds, but what do Canadians think about still wearing masks once the pandemic is actually over?
About 24% say they're regularly going to wear masks in crowded places, even once things open. 20% say they'll never wear it. The interesting thing, women more than men are going to wear masks. And if you're in the prairies, you're less likely to want to wear a mask. If you're in the prairies, you're going to 29% in the prairies say never wear a mask.
Wow. But, okay. Interesting findings, as always, from Ottawa. Nick Nanos from Nanos Research. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Lois. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.